Now we're ready. Okay, so here we go. Bow. Right, so today we're doing the session on combination striking, and you kind of work together and discuss different combinations that we like. Yeah. So if you're joining us online, yeah, thanks for dropping in. And we're just about to start a class on combinations. That means combining different strikes, maybe different punches with some elbows, some knees, some kicks, and not just being a one-hit wonder, trying to put a sequence together, because that's what works. Okay, so first of all, simple sequence. Palm strike, palm strike, palm strike to the diaphragm. So high, high, low, and just loosening up with a little combination like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Are you chopping with the low one, or is it more of a palm strike?
Yeah, with the edge, So we're trying to use the edge of the hand here to dig in under the floating ribs. If we use the whole palm, we're spreading out the pressure. If we're using this chopping surface, we're concentrating it to the right point. Okay, so let's move over to the dummy here, and 2 strikes to the jaw. 1, 2, and then we go down to the diaphragm. Okay, who's first? Kanika? And stop for a moment. So here are my suggestions. You've got a little indentation here in your palm. Try to catch the jaw there. So there's a little bit of forward momentum going in here, slamming the jaw up into its socket where you get the ganglion. That's a nerve junction. You hit that, it knocks you out. And then the whole of this part of the palm is on the side of the jaw. And that's sliding the jaw across. If the teeth aren't bitten, maybe you can dislocate the jaw. Yeah. So 1, 2, and then really try to get the edge of the hand underneath the floating ribs here. There's the target point. Thanks. Let's pull him forward a bit, yeah. Okay, great. There's some. Yeah. Okay, pretty good. He keeps turning around, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Selena, quick go. So again, maybe concentrate the force on the blade of the hand, not spread it across the palm, just here.
Yep.
And relax. So, quality in the movement. We've got to generate most of our strength from the hips and waist. So you've got to be loose, and that looseness has to carry through the arm. 1, 2, and then down. 1, 2, and you've really got to target the last one. You're trying to draw attention up, and then wham, going really hard underneath. So keeping it loose. Kanika, one more little round. Keeping it loose. And pause for a moment. Very loose, but a continuous flow, as continuous as possible. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And a little bit lower with the palm strike. Yeah. Okay, well done. Buddha-san, relaxed and fluid. Good. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Well done. Good. Selena? And that's it. Blade in a hand, yeah. Blade of a hand. And relax, yeah. So this palm strike, the hip here is driving in behind the technique. Yeah. Throw the hip into it. Elbow keeping close to the body. This is good leverage. This is bad leverage. Yeah. There. So you can really throw your body weight in behind here. Lever with the body. Yeah. And generally we want a reasonable pullback. You can do very close range power, but you're typically going to get more power if you use more travel. Yeah. You can't come from right back there, but you know, maybe from about there is good. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll just do a slight variation on this. I think Kanika will like this one. 1, 2, and a rolling punch into the sternum. Same way of generating the force. Hip behind the punch. 1, 2, 3. Upright fist because the knuckles fit here into the groove where the sternum is. Yeah, you get first go. And relax. Now think about how you can get a little bit more force into the rolling punch. That's better. And relax, yeah. You can practice on those. So people will often want the speed, but you know, if you're actually going to hit somebody, you want it to count. You know, you want to make a difference with that hit. So you've got to pack some force behind them. Now, let's talk about a few principles here. First one, you hit a point, it hurts. You hit the same point again, it hurts even more than it would if you hadn't hit it before. And you keep blasting away at the same point. You know, if you see someone's hurting at that point, then you hit that point. Yeah. It's just like, you know, you kick the thigh. If you see someone's limping, you kick it again. Yeah, you know you've started to wear away at it. Yeah. So if you can just repeatedly deliver to the same point, it stacks up. Yeah, it's more effective. The other point, they like this in kickboxing, probably boxing as well. They call it the rule of 3. Yeah. You target 2 hits to the same place, and then you switch with the third one. Because the brain, it's the way the brain's wired. You go 1, 2, and expects 3. Yeah. Now that's what we're doing here. Jaw. Now it's expecting jaw. Or jaw. Defend the jaw, expecting to be hitting the jaw. Bam. So in practical terms, yeah, if you're standing with me, and I throw here, yeah, block, yeah, block. Now, that's it, yeah, you know what's coming, but you want the opponent to think, okay, I'm going for the head, I'm head hunting, boom, and you come under. But you got to see where the target is, where there's an opening. Yeah. Go on, there we go. 1, 2, rolling punch. And rest. For the rolling punch, I strongly recommend bringing the elbow closer into the center line.
Okay.
This has, once again, where the camera can see, that has a lot less leverage than that. That, when it's kind of on the center line, you're really bringing all the body weight in. Here, it's more like a hook. Here, straight down the center line, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well done, yeah. Selena, you'll go. So, let's think how you can get more force in from the foot through the hips, drive in with the hips, bang, yeah. And relax. Yeah, pretty good. So, something to maybe work on over the course of this week. Getting power into those rolling punches. Now, they come through a guard quite nicely. Yeah. So, if we're going back to that scenario, you make someone defend the outside line and then through. It seems to work, yeah.
I had a question with regards to sticking hands.
Yeah.
Somehow it always seems easier to relax into those first 2, at least with sticking hands. I understand with this, but even with sticking hands, you'd go for full power for those first 2 also. Because
Oh, I understand the question, yeah. So, okay, here's the question. Do you always go for full power? That's kind of what it's boiling down to. And full power maybe implies a little bit less speed, a little bit less flow. So no, you don't always go for full power. Initially, what you're trying to do is create an opening. Yeah. So you're playing. Yeah. This is like the boxing jab. You know, the jab is not a full power punch, We're trying to create an opening. So when you're trying to create an opening, maybe you don't go too hard. You created your opening, that's the time to go harder. But that, maybe your flow, it's flowing, it's not that full power, yeah? I've got that in, but it wasn't full power. But now, if you see that you're starting to unbalance the opponent, then you can really whack some hard ones in, yeah? So, you just react to what's appropriate at the moment, yeah? Not every shot full power. You really throw full power when you've created an opening and you know that you're going to hit. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. We're just going to practice individually for a bit on jab punch and then thigh kick. Jab punch, thigh kick. Now when we're extended like that, it's already pulling the hip forward. That's pulling down there. So I just withdraw that pull that way and kick. Let's just think a little bit about what's going on here in the mind. If I want to do a thigh kick on Kanika, problem is that when she sees it coming, she's going to defend by raising the leg. Okay. So, what am I going to do? I've got an idea. Yeah. I'll draw attention to the head. Yeah. Work the head. Then the kick comes unexpectedly. If we do it as jab, punch, kick, it's the rule of three again. Yeah. Head, thigh. Draw the opponent's attention as far away as possible from the place you really want to hit. Yeah. Get that guard right up high and then bam, come down low. Yeah. So let's just practice that. Practice the flow individually. Yeah. Jab punch, thigh kick.
Are we thinking at all of kind of letting that punch hang out there a little bit? Kind of use that pull back to...
We want the pull back to be coordinated with the kick.
Seems like it would be a little distracting as well because it's still out there. Even if
Yeah.
you block it, it's in the peripheral.
Yeah. Selena, maybe bring the knee a little higher before you try to kick. Yeah. My personal recommendation, and not everybody likes this, but I would say if you're practicing to hold a guard, keep returning to the guard rather than swing too far there. So you get used to coming back into the guard. Kanika, take over for just a moment, please. Just a minute.
Get a little to the side, yeah. Yeah. Again, go. 1, 2. Yeah. Ah, I see. Get that chamber a little to the side. Yes. That way you get the timing. Again. 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2. Yeah. Pull that arm back a little bit quicker. 1, 2. Yes. Yeah. Good. Go. Yeah. 1, 2. Coming a little forward with the knee. Yeah. That's the good one. Otherwise, really, it's like, there you go. It's easier to just put my body there in front. Good. Nice. Good.
Working on this standing bag. Just spin it round a bit. Boy. I may not have set the best example, but try to keep the kick low. We're going for thigh height at the moment. Okay. Good. Thanks, Kanika. Okay, good. Well done. Next. Very good. Okay, well done. Next. Kick a little lower. And rest. So, you want to try to get enough power into the strikes that they're effective. How are we going to do that? Relax body and waist. Now the kick, it's pretty easy to get power into it, yeah? It's quite easy to get power into that. The hands, you just got to be relaxed and use the whole body, yeah? And punch like you mean it. Now we're going to spin it around the other way. I guess we'll practice off the bag to start with. Kick, 1, 2. So we're going to do the kick first. From there, as you bring the foot back, jab, punch. And relax. Let's practice a little more waist turn on the jab punch. A little more turning of the waist. So this punch, I mean, will be quite extended out into it. Yeah, and again. Yeah. Okay, let's try it on the bag. So, if you're just joining us, we're working combinations at the moment. We're pairing up kicks with punches, trying to get a nice, natural, easy flow. And you'll take it onto the bag. That's good. Okay, well done. Good. And Selena. Yeah, there we go. And rest for a moment. Move the waist and the hips. Yeah. Okay, very good. Oh,
I have
okay.
a question
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
With the kick, because it's leading,
Mm.
are we thinking kind of full speed, but maybe half strength? Because if we go full out,
And it gets blocked, yeah.
it could be a little bit.
You can hurt your leg if someone blocks it with their shin or their knee, yeah. So, yeah, we're in the sparring situation and we're testing. So we don't want to throw everything into it when we're in that situation. You're looking, you're watching, and gauging the reaction. That's what I want to do there. That is basically it. If you can get that, boom, pull it back, go for the punch, because he's standing on one leg. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, be very careful. Okay, great. I'd like you to just shadow box that combination for a little bit. Yeah, kick, 1, 2. And if you want, just try to kind of, feint. Yeah, give it a try. And rest. So now Going to change to kicking with the front leg. Here, it favours leading off the back leg, kick, punch, punch. It's just the way that that body movement goes. So you're leading with the rear hand. Let's give it a quick try. And relax. So think about a lot of waist movement. Yeah. Turning the body in. And you might think, well, it's not very kung fu, is it? You know, we're supposed to be square on, short range punches, yeah. But this is really a kind of more like a kickboxing combination. But it's getting you in so that you can latch on, make a touch contact and do more kung fu. Just want to demonstrate, okay, so in terms of what's going on, you're coming for the inside of the front leg. This is an inside thigh kick, boom. So there. You could actually leave it either hand, but we'll lead off the rear, yeah? Okay, let's practice it. Okay, so now we'll take it onto the bag. Relax, relax, a little bit more bend of the knee. As you chamber, more extension, better kick.
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
When we start chambering, especially off the front leg, how do we keep that from telegraphing?
Well, okay, so assuming you got your kind of sparring rhythm here, as the weight comes onto the back foot, yeah, front foot, back foot, kick.
Okay.
And like all things, you got to do it without warning. So, not very accurate. Okay, get ready to move your leg, defend. Yeah. That's it. So you're just playing games with the other person. If you don't lift your leg, it gets kicked. If you do, and I want to come in with a punch, yeah. That's combinations pretty much summed up, yeah. You don't expect to land the first shot every time, but you're watching somebody's movement, watching what do they do, yeah. When I kick the legs, what do the hands do? Oh, if they're open, I'll pop in there, yeah. Just a few more.
Would it then be worthwhile, since we're talking about kind of this rule of three,
Yeah.
to kind of lead into that And then that
can.
third one, you come in with maybe the combo.
You can, yeah.
Because now they're starting to think, okay, they
Yeah.
keep going for my leg.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once they catch
Yeah.
on, you kind of change it up.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah. Just a few more, Kanika. Okay, Buddha-san. Okay, thanks, Selena. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and relax. Yeah. So now we're going to try body kicks. You tend to need to be reaching forward to get the kick in. Yeah. Otherwise, you're too close for a kick. So extending 1, 2, 3. Let's just try that to start with. On this one, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Stomach.
Yeah. Tantien bladder. Good. So let's have a little go on the bag. So I'll work around with you in a moment. I would definitely suggest not swinging wide.
Okay.
Keep it fairly compact. Avoid that overextended shoulder joint. Keep the shoulder joint closed. Yeah. 1, 2, and kick. Yeah. 1, 2, and kick. 2, and kick. Good. And relax. Yeah. And now let's just try it off the front leg. Yeah. 1, 2. You can actually create a little bit more space because you rock backwards onto the back leg. Okay. That's a good one. And relax, and relax. So maybe Buddha-san, you could swap which target you're on. And again, we'll switch it around again. Side kick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Not so good. That's better. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you get that leg chambered up? I'm having difficulty
So,
getting my hip around.
it's just the getting the knack of the side kick chamber that you really bring the knee in. Yeah, bring the knee in so it can extend out. So we're not wanting to bring the leg in front. I'm going to bring it right over there.
Okay.
Tuck it over there. Then you got it. Yeah. And relax. Good.
So we're
Yeah.
thinking potentially this combo is good if they're kind of backing out of it.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah. So this is when we most prefer to use the kicks. And we got to have a strategy. So do I really want to keep Ganika back with my kicks? No, because I want to get in close and do that. Yeah. Actually, we want to be in close to people. In fact, really, we want to be in so close that they can't kick. Yeah, you want to be right there. You know, I've got good defense against any kicks or knees that come up. That's where I want to be, and then I use my hands. Yeah. Now, let's have a little think. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, there's the space. Open up space, side kick. Yeah. The person, the opponent. Yeah. Okay, you get in there. You've got them where you want them. They move out. They don't want to be where you want them to be. Now they are where you want them to be because you start a kick. Yeah. So then it's like in their mind, oh, what do I do? If I let this person get close, they're going to use the hand techniques. If I back off, they're going to kick me. Yeah. That only works, of course, so long as you keep touch contact. Yeah. If they can run them all the way away, that don't work. Yeah. It's the perfect time. And usually, when somebody backs off, they're just thinking get away. They're not thinking defense. Defense is typically much more open when someone is running away than when they're kind of ready or advancing. Yeah. So that's the perfect time to employ the kick. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is a little bit of shadow boxing, trying to come up with our combinations. And now I want you to work knee kicks, yeah. Heel kick or side kick to the knee. So it's kind of like distract the head, drive through for the knee. 1, 2, in for the knee. Okay, and you just work your own little combinations. And relax. So when we do this, we can say, well, hang on, where's the kung fu? Yeah. Is it turning into kickboxing? Yeah. The kung fu is in the flow. Yeah. It's in the relaxation. It's in the way that you move. Yeah. So we want to move kung fu. Yeah. And kung fu is a fluid, continuous movement, not a stiff or tight movement, yeah. And that flow, that's what defines it as kung fu. Wanted to just kind of switch what we're doing a little bit and practice doubling up some kicks. You have to be very careful about this. If someone is pressuring you, it's not going to work. Yeah. Sometimes it's a bit of an emergency reaction. But here we go. Example, I throw a head kick and that's it. Kanika then defends. And I see an opening and I go for it, yeah. Let's try a different one. Yeah. It does keep the person back. You know, sometimes they want to move into your kick. It keeps them back. Yeah, one more. In. So we're going to start off with one kick and then switch it into another kick. Do you want me to give you set combinations, or do you just want to experiment with your own combinations? Yeah. So that's it. Try, different combinations. Yeah. High kick, low kick. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Then. And pause. Yeah, last point. You got to be very kung fu. Very relaxed kicks. Yeah, relaxed power. Yeah. Not tight. The more relaxed you are, the more the balance that you're going to get, and that was a great example. Yeah, relaxed movement, yeah. And relax. Well done, guys. I think we're done. So that's our little training session on combinations, and they are very useful, and you have to learn to try to play somebody's mind, get into their mind, see how they react, and whenever someone reacts, they'll defend somewhere and they'll make an opening somewhere else. And it's about anticipating the opening and exploiting it. Now we're going to do just a little warm down. It's a very hot day here in the north of Thailand. Pretty sweaty, and we need to bring the body down gradually when we finish. So here we go. Let me see, just a little bit of, to start with, sideways stretch. And now shaking out bad chi. And slapping the whole body just one time, not three. Very good. Okay. Just once circulating the macrocosmic orbits. Very quick meditation. And relax. Well done, guys. Here we go. Bow. Yeah. This is our training session for the day here in the Kung Fu retreat in the very northwest of Thailand. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, doing a more physical workout. In the meantime, if you're interested in what we do, take a look at our website, Kung Fu Retreat, or take a look at us on social media. Nam Yang Kung Fu Qigong family. That's us, the Nam Yang Kung Fu family.